Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. This video comes from a question raised after an article I wrote in January 2021 about the new moon in Capricorn. In that text, I wrote that it was a time when Capricornian projects would be benefited. So a reader asked me, Edson, what is a Capricornian project? So this video is to answer this question. And in order to answer it, I need first to clarify two main concepts. The first one is, what is a project? Perfectly. And the second one is, what is Capricorn? So a project is whatever desire, whatever wish we have that we decide to achieve it, or at least to go for it. So a project is almost everything we need, everything we want. And it can be since a prosaic one, a very trivial one, like what do I want for dinner, for example, or if I want to have a walk by the shore, until the biggest one, or until the most important one, the most meaningful one, like if I write a book, or which kind of book would I write? A new profession, or a very big change in my profession, for example, or if I start a new project, if I start a new product or an enterprise. So from the smallest one to the biggest one, whatever I want is a project, if I decide to do it, if I decide to achieve it. What is Capricorn? So a Capricorn is a special atmosphere that nature's present us when it's the beginning of the winter. Let's see. What is a sign? Sign is an overall atmosphere in a particular part of the year, depending on what we see or what we perceive in nature's form or nature's behavior in a particular time or a part of a season. For example, when springtime begins, at least from this part of the planet, astrology came from. When the springtime begins, the bear comes out of the cave. It's hungry, it's aggressive. The horned animals are aggressive too. They are fighting each other to have the right to reproduce, or to have to fix a territory. The semi-dried branches of the trees sprout out new branch, new shoots. So it's an explosion of energy, sometimes aggressive, sometimes joyful, because it was the end of the winter, the dark part of the year. So now it's beginning a brighter part one. So this is an overall atmosphere this civilization from some millennial, some thousands of years ago, start seeing this in nature. So they gave this name, Aries, for this part of the year. The next part of the year is when the trees and the plants are not sprouting new shoots anymore. The trees are covered with flowers, the fields are covered with flowers, and the animals are not fighting anymore, they are having sex. Some animals are building nests, so it's not an aggressive nature anymore. It's a time of beauty, it's a time of pleasure, it's a time of stability. So they named it as Taurus time. So when the summer begins, the female animals that have had sex during Taurus are now visibly pregnant, and this pregnancy needs care, needs protection. So it's a time of nurturing, it's a time of protection, a time of supporting, and it's a time of warmth. So they name it as Cancer, and they gave this the symbol as a rounding 69. It represents a womb with two fetuses. The opposite time of the year, the beginning of the winter, is a Capricorn. So it's a completely different time. Um, it's a time of cold. It's a time of refuge or reducing activity. But it's better to understand Capricorn if we look to the phase immediately before it. In the Sagittarius phase, in the Sagittarius time of the year, time before Capricorn, is the time when we already feel that winter is coming, it's approaching. So we just go around and collect and gather everything we think we will need in the future. So we gather whatever or every branch, every wood we can. We exchange with each other, with other villages or with other people around, fruits, crops, um, clothes, warm clothes. We just walk around, or we ride around like mounting a horse. So in order to make contact with everybody and to see if there is anybody who needs something. So it's the last part of the year before winter that we can move around, because when Capricorn enters, we cannot move anymore. We have to stay at home. Why? Because it's dark. It's very dark. It's dangerous to walk around. It's time of storm, snowy storm. So it could be very dangerous. Like someone could die if you stay outside. So everybody stay at home, and there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do outside. So what we're gonna do inside now? Now it's time to um, get everything we gathered, everything we collected before, like wood and fruits and everything, and clothes, I said before. So now we have to organize everything. Now we have to plan. We have to create a strategy of use of all these things. Why? Because we have to have a rational use of it, because otherwise we could get without food or without wood for the fireplace. So we could die, or we could at least suffer a lot. So in order to protect, we will protect our family, our clan, our community. We have to have everything planned. We have to have a strategy of use of everything to avoid to avoid um, to avoid suffering. So the most beneficial mindsets we have now is or the mindset of organization, of strategy, of limits. For example, to save things to use in the near future, or at least until the end of the winter. So um, uh, as heirs of that culture, as heirs of that civilization that created astrology, every time we are facing an astrological period of time, or a Capricornian time of the year, we are more inclined to use or to get this mindset, this Capricornian mindset. So every project that vibes like this, or every project that uses this mindset, are benefited from this mindset that comes every time we are in this Capricornian state of mind. So the projects that would benefit from this is all the projects that avoid action, because it's a time to prepare for action. It's a time to organize things. It's a time to create strategies. It's a time um, to focus on what we need, and how to save our resources to a rational use. So it's not a time to go around. It's not a time to make big moves. Instead, it's a time to prepare for move for a new move that will happen in the future, or in the near future, or when this Capricorn time finish. So all this all these characteristics, all these mental states are very common to Capricornian people. They are more close, or they are more intimate to these states of mind. So when a Capricorn phase, when a Capricorn time, not only in Capricorn, while it's Capricorn sign, the sun is in Capricorn sign, but any other time when we have a Capricornian predominant Capricornian atmosphere in the air, we are more close to this state of mind as well as almost everybody else. So it's more easier for us to develop Capricornian projects than any other projects, any other sign projects. So it's better for us not to try to do anything differently, or any different project, but now to apply our energy, to apply our mental activities to strategical activities. For example, there's a metaphor for this strategical approach. Remember when an army is moving forward until they decide, no, let's stop now, let's establish, or let's spend the night in this territory now. So everybody, or the soldiers build a fence around and build tents. So they're going to spend the time. They put sentinels all around, and then the commanders gather and have a meeting in a tent, in a particular tent for strategies to be built. So they discuss everything. So the army is stopped. So nobody's walking, nobody's advancing, nothing. They are thinking and establishing new strategies. When time comes, then they know how to move ahead. This is a Capricornian part. This is a Capricornian attitude, right? So, for example, when you are preparing to an exam, this part of preparation, self-preparation, preparation for something that's going to happen in the future, this is a Capricornian project. So if I decide to study something, if I decide to investigate, to research on something, this can be a Capricornian project. So whatever is similar to all these examples I gave, or whatever you can, whatever project you can use all these Capricornian attitudes and states of mind, is in itself a Capricornian project, right? Well, I think I answered the question. I don't know. You can tell me, right? You can write in the comments above here, below, not above, below. You can write another question, or if you want to specify something, or if you want to contribute with something to a comment, well, you're welcome. Do it, and thank you very much for spending your time. And I hope I have been useful in this video. Right? Thank you very much. See you. Bye.